the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome. Do not adjust your TV sets, your computers, or anything thereof. I am live in Las Vegas, the WWDB TV studios with John Styles. And with me this morning, one of my most favorite of people here in the Las Vegas area, good friend, great entertainer. More importantly, he's a good human at heart. He's a veteran. He's doing stuff for people that really need support. Mr. Frank Pizarro joins me, founder of Firefighter Memorial Transport and former frontman of the Platters, but he's still out there singing. And how are you, my friend?
I'm here, man, and I'm happy to be with you.
You look good
to
man.
see you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I called him a couple of weeks ago when I knew I was coming out to visit family and everything. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be in studio. What are you doing in the morning on Saturday? He's like, what do you need me to do? And I said, well, you interested in getting up early for 8 a.m. Pacific time? And he was like, well, normally no, but for you, I'll make a consideration.
That's
so,
right. That's
but
right.
I appreciate it, which is good because it gives us a chance to catch up on a whole bunch of fronts. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. As always, to everybody back east, it's 11 a.m. I want to thank you all for tuning in and making me, as always, part of your Saturday activities. I am in Las Vegas for this week, and let me tell you, I couldn't have picked a hotter flipping week to be out here because this weekend, did you guys turn up the heat just for me? I mean, record heat this weekend.
I don't know. It was 118 yesterday.
I know. I was in the water, thank goodness.
So who was I?
Yeah. 118 degrees record heat this weekend here, just in time for me to go home Monday to like 10 days of rain. The East Coast is getting deluged with a ton of rain.
I wish.
New York and the whole East Coast. I know Wisconsin earlier last week. I had a terrible tornado go through, leveled parts of Wisconsin out there. So Mother Nature's on a rampage.
She's revolting.
Right? Earthquakes in Japan and Mexico and Venezuela and tsunami warnings. And that is the one thing I will say about Vegas. Everybody knows, well, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people know Vegas is on a big fault line. And at any moment, Vegas can become oceanfront property if California goes in, right?
Yeah, property values go up.
Values go up. But really, I spent 27 years. There's no tornadoes here.
No.
Hurricanes, no.
No.
We do. I mean, August is still monsoon season, isn't it? Sort of, for about a day, right? Supposed to. As I flew in and we flew over Lake Mead, that white line is getting thicker and thicker for the evaporation. But the good news is basketball may be coming here.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. So there's a lot to talk about, and between Frank and John, they'll keep me on my toes, keep me up to speed. Again, I want to thank everybody. Whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, either way, thank you very much for tuning in. If you missed the show live, don't worry about it. As soon as the show ends in an hour from now, you can go right back to Facebook or YouTube, and you just pull up the video, catch our conversation, and here's a word I haven't used in a long time, a plethora of previous episodes that will allow you to catch up on all the news that's fit to print. And of course, also too, check out this background. I'm in Vegas now, and I'm able to see the origins. This is beautiful.
That's impressive.
Kudos to me.
That's because at WWDB TV, we take the long view.
We take the long view.
Maybe.
Wow.
So we can see all the way.
That's right. Look at that. That's Virginia Beach. Look at it. There's King Neptune there behind Frank and the waterfront there.
Nice.
King Neptune, if you listen, it's right on the waterfront, right on Atlantic Avenue at 20 or 30th Street, somewhere right around there. That's a beautiful statue. And you spent time in that area.
I did 4 years down there.
Oceana.
Yeah. Oceana.
Right. I see it all the time on the highway going to the waterfront down there. And of course, we hear the planes every 5 minutes, it sounds like.
Yeah.
But no, it's all good stuff. We're excited. We're happy to be here today. All right. With that, you know what it means. It means we're getting close. By the way, I have it, even though I'm sitting in studio. John, how are you, my friend, by the way?
I'm good.
I know. I actually get to see. He's not outstanding. He's actually standing right now,
yes.
right?
Or
sitting in this case. But the nice thing is if he falls asleep behind the control board like he does normally during my show when I'm back east, here I can throw something at him.
Nice.
And actually wake him up. All right, with that, everybody, you know what time it is. I got some stories from coast to coast. It is time for Vegas a Wrap 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right. no paper this week because I didn't have access to a printer and I didn't want to bog John down. So I have my laptop with me with the stories that I wanted to share with everybody. So let's get started. Listen, one of the things you know this, I love talking about winnings and casino winnings and lottery winnings all over. It's not just Vegas, but now I also get to report on Virginia Beach because there's a couple of casinos there. Riverside Casino.
Really?
There's a brand new Norfolk Casino being developed right now. Right on the property where Harbor Park is, which is home of the Norfolk Tides, the AAA affiliated of Baltimore Orioles. So they're taking away parking. And also one thing that Virginia does, they have the lottery tickets and the scratches and all that.
Sure.
Portions of the revenue goes to education. And that's something I've touted. They've raised over $900 million over the last budget year.
Yes.
Clark County and the state of Nevada, wake up, casinos. You guys ought to do the same thing. All right, here we go. Mega Millions ticket holder in Florida wins $800 million.
Oh.
Largest prize so far this year. Lucky Mega Millions ticket holder won this jackpot. It's the largest of the year and the 10th largest in the game's history this past week. It doesn't matter what the winning numbers were, but it's not immediately announced where the ticket was purchased, but the unidentified ticket holder can choose between the $800 million prize or the one-time pre-tax of $344.2 million. Choosing the lump sum, which is the most common choice for ticket winners, would cost 24% of the winnings to mandatory federal withholding, cutting the prize money to an estimated $261.6 million.
Why don't they take that out of their health?
That's a good point. I don't know. Because why should that's? But you're thinking logically. We don't think logically when it comes to certain scenarios, right?
Sorry.
But
Taking the cash is the best way.
oh yeah,
Because there's no guarantee 5 years from now
You're gonna still
they'll even be in business.
well, that's right, and that's very true. But what's interesting is that always I think the age of the individual, the winner, sometimes
That's
plays
true.
a role as to where they're going to take the lump sum or where they want to take
I'm
out.
taking the money.
But when you got 800 million, and even after tax and everything, you're still going to walk away with 260 million,
Which you should never run through.
which you should never run through, which most people do. How many times do we hear stories of lottery winners filing bankruptcy shortly after winning, right? I would definitely take the
Hookers
one
and
time.
blow.
Only in Vegas, right? $260 million would certainly be worth it. And by the way, Mr. Winner in Florida, I know a nonprofit here in Las Vegas, Firefighter Memorial Transport, right here, Mr. Frank. We got some eyes on some property that we need some assistance with, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We have a GoFundMe.
0.5%?
Not even just
How about that?
How
the
about
interest?
just
That's what I mean.
one
He
interest
can-
payment.
he can
That's it.
donate 0.5%.
That's
and-
it.
and
There you
he'd be
go.
covered.
Let's see, two other players struck gold with the second tier prizes, winning the match 5 prize. A $3 million winning ticket was sold at the corner market in Buffalo, and another ticket worth $5 million was also sold in Illinois. So congratulations to those big time winners. Again, just remember us little people when you decide to try to figure out what the heck to do with your money winnings, right? Exactly. Bring it a little closer to home here in Las Vegas, a Las Vegas local. Now, most of the times when I talk about winnings here in Las Vegas, it's usually out-of-towners, visitors, tourists, right?
Sure.
Well, this is a good one. Las Vegas local named Gregory sat down at a triple-double bonus video poker machine down on the strip at Caesar's Palace for the first time ever. First time ever gambling or the first time ever in Caesar's? I don't know.
All right.
But he hit 4 aces with a kicker and won $100,000 off a $125 bill.
Go, Greg.
Yeah, exactly. Greg, 100,000, 10%, 10 grand right here would get us kickstarted. There you go.
And a write-off.
And a write-off. That's right. And at that kind of money, you're going to need the write-off. He collected his money and thanked his dog for being the lucky charm. Rumor has it, the dog now eats steak exclusively, which I thought was pretty good. So congratulations to Greg. That's great news there. All right, let's see. What else we got here? What other good stories are? Okay, I'm going to skip that one for right now because that's Virginia Beach. I want to try to stay consecutive here with some of the all right, I'm going to switch. I'm going to come back to Vegas here. Local iconic Las Vegas radio station. Did you hear about this? KXNT, home of Alan Stock, announces on there that it's closing its airwaves as of September 1st. Alan Stock opened his radio show this past yesterday, by announcing the closing. Quote, I have an important update for our listeners. Effective September 1st, News Talk 840 KXNT will conclude its broadcast operation. Quote, to put it simply, the station's transmitter site is shutting down. The parent company Odyssey, or it's not Audacity, but we'll say Odyssey. I'm sure I'm saying that incorrectly. Explored a number of alternative transmission options, but ultimately wasn't able to identify a technically and financially viable long-term solution. So, so after 40 years, KXNT is going bye-bye. A little history on the station for those who don't know. First of all, Alan Stock, for all of you fans of Alan, which I am, he and I are connected on social media. He'll be moving to KDAWN, KDWN 101.5 FM at its regular 8 a.m. slot beginning September 1st, which is a Tuesday, the week before Labor Day. Now, here's the history, if you didn't know this. This is well before me and probably well before you, right? KXNT AM 840 signed on under the call letter. Actually, John, you may remember this. You've been in Vegas a long time.
Yes, I have.
So, trivia question. What was KXNT's original call letters when they signed on in 86? You remember?
KLUC.
Isn't Cluck still on the air?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, good guess, but sorry, that's incorrect. KVEG is what they signed on Vegas in 86.
Yeah, it was the vegetarian station.
That's correct. That's right. No meat there. Mixing talk and middle of the road music. In 97 is when KVEG changed to KXNT, the NT standing for News Talk. The station then shifted to traditional talk radio. The Rush Limbaugh Show was its signature national broadcast. So again, it's happening all over the country. Iconic businesses, we'll just call them in general, seem to be going by the wayside nowadays.
Yes, this is the times.
These
are the times.
Absolutely. You can't pick up a storyline without some franchise business shutting down stores. My sister's in town with me visiting my dad, and we were over in Summerlin, and there's the Big Lots there was a Big Lots on Lake Mead and Rampart over there, and didn't even realize it was closed. We parked, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we can't get in. We look in, it's like, this is just bare bones. And Big Lots closed a lot of stores across the country. So here's another story here for coming up in Las Vegas. If you're a pro wrestling fan, which I am, the last couple of years, the big WrestleMania event was here in town. WrestleMania 42 in April and 41 the year before. But it was also announced at WrestleMania 42 that WWE purchased AAA Lucha Libre Wrestling in Mexico.
Wow.
And for those of you who know the lineage of wrestling, Lucha Libre in Mexico is, what would you call it? I don't want to say a tradition.
Iconic.
It's iconic. It's a tradition. It's a way of life, right? It's a way of life, just like stickball back in New York.
That's right.
Off the stoops. That's a way of life. I just have Billy Joel in my head now. WrestleMania has been a hit or miss for ticket sales the last couple of years here because they just, even though it's a 2-day event. Anyway, but Triple Mania, which is the big event for Lucha Libre for AAA Mexico, they're selling out like crazy. As a matter of fact, they sold out the event at the Luxor. They are now moving it to the MGM Grand Garden Arena because of how their ticket sales have gone. The scheduled event is for September 11th as part of Mexican Independence Day weekend, beginning at 8 p.m. Those that, as of right now, and I have to say this, card is always subject to change when it comes to wrestling. It'll feature Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, Psycho Clown, La Catalina, and Rey Fenix, just to name a few names there. Tickets will be available. They are available to the general public via AXS.com. Fans who purchase tickets for the Luxor, you will receive further information via email, so don't rip up your tickets or anything. Again, that's September 11th at 8 p.m., so that is moving from the Luxor across the street to the MGM Grand Garden Arena. How are we doing on break? I got a couple of minutes. I'm trying to save the Virginia Beach stories. I just did that one for pooling together. Oh, here's one. This will be a transition into the Virginia side. So Daily Adventure brings a Virginia man a $500,000 lottery prize.
Oh,
This is a kind of adventure that I would like to have.
Uh,
Right? I know. Exactly. So a Virginia man said his daily adventure led to his winning a $500,000 scratch-off lottery prize. Midlothian man, the Midlothian man, a little town in Virginia, that he refers to buying his tickets as a daily adventure, and one such daily routine brought him to the Styles Buy Right store on Hull Street Road in Midlothian. He selected a 6-figure scratch-off ticket, scratched it off in the store, revealing the $500,000 prize. The winner said the first thing he did was find a quiet place to call his son to share the news. The man has no immediate plans for the money. What's interesting is they haven't shared his name because in the state of Virginia, if you win $1 million or more, you have the option to remain anonymous.
Nice.
So it's interesting that they have not shared his name as of yet, but that's okay. He doesn't need to be bothered by all those phone calls. But again, Mr. Midlothian, man, if you want a tax donation, Firefighter Memorial Transport, Frank Pizarro is on Facebook. Let's get him what he needs here.
Before your new friends and family find you.
Right. Before everybody crawls out of the woodwork. Absolutely correct. Let's see. Did I do this story? Did that one. Just talk amongst yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, while I find the next story that I want to talk. Oh, okay. Last story. Virginia Beach. We're gonna end this one back in Virginia Beach. So this is an article that has a lot of upcoming events. So if you're back home and you want to know what's going on, or if you want to plan a trip to the East Coast, come to Virginia Beach. Did you know? I feel like ESPN. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Virginia has 35 miles of shoreline.
Yes,
It's the largest shoreline in the world.
that's correct.
Did not think that was the case for little old Virginia.
Larger than Florida.
Larger than Florida. 35 miles. Beautiful. 400,000 people is the residence number
So
for
you're telling
Virginia
me that
Beach.
Florida is less than 35 miles.
Beach. Maybe it's not all beach. I don't know. I'm just, hey,
Okay.
listen, I read what's on the
It
internet.
could be that they have the most coastline in Virginia.
Well, it's the only state of Virginia, but yes, you're right. Anyway, here you go. Remember Farm Aid? Willie Nelson and Company
Yes.
years ago?
Yes.
Guess what? It's coming to Virginia, folks. Farm Aid, the headline event, September 26th. The first time the benefit will be coming to Virginia Beach in the 4 decades that Farm Aid has been around. The bill is deep right now. Farm Aid board members Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, Dave Matthews, Margot Price, Nathaniel Radcliffe will anchor the show, joined by Turnpike Troubadours, Lucas Nelson, Mike Campbell, and the Dirty Knobs. Sierra Farrell, I'm with her. Well, Sierra Farrell, and then I'm with her is another group. Amethyst, Kia, Jesse Wells, Moan Ravia, Lily Miola, and Chris Pierce headline it. So, and then between all the music sets, the festival's homegrown concession stands will serve food built from ingredients grown by farmers using ecological practices, and the homegrown village runs hands-on exhibits on soil, water, energy, and farming. Tickets run roughly between $85 and $350 and are available farmaid.org/2026. And that's pretty cool that that's coming there. Art, culture, and some other things made in Virginia biennial opens also September 11th, runs through March 27th of 2027. This is the first edition that's going to be staged at Virginia's MoCA's new home on the Virginia Wesleyan University campus. The show has been running since '94 and features work completed within the last 2 years by artists based across the Commonwealth of Virginia. PhilFest USA returns to the Rudy Loop October 2nd through 4th. This is a Filipino festival. I went and enjoyed this last year with my wife.
Salamat.
It's a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, I spoke to the organizers last year in hopes of being involved. So who knows? The Voice may be down there helping them out. There's music. And also, they're making a second run. The Tinikling dancers are going to be making a second run at a Guinness World Record down there. So if you want to check that out, they're working on getting in touch with Guinness at this point, not the beer company, but the World Record Company. The Virginia Aquarium Marine Science Center will open its Mission Botanica, a changing exhibit on plants and trees beginning October 3rd through January 10th. If you haven't been to the aquarium, folks, get down there. Come on out to Virginia Beach and do that. Labor Day weekend, I hate to say it, Labor Day weekend's what, 5 weeks away? The unofficial end to summer?
What is happening?
I'm telling you, school here goes back in what, next week, like the 10th or something?
Yeah.
Right. Labor Day weekend, musician and surfer Donovan Frankenreiter hosts the Rhythm and Ride Retreat down at Atlantic Park. It's a 2-day all skills level program for surfing, food, and music that ends with a public after party and concert. We'll leave the rest for after break because I'm running behind. So with that, we're going to step aside for a first break. More importantly, so we can get to Frank and get down to some business. You're watching Aaron's Hour live from Las Vegas, coast to coast. I'm on the West Coast today. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back.
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, we don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
Hi, I'm Hall of Fame broadcaster and local TV host Aaron Phillips. Are you interested in hosting a podcast? I offer a podcast seminar where I share the information you need to set up your podcast for success. Some of the topics that I cover include basic terminology, how to do a successful interview, who to target as a potential advertiser, and more. For more information, visit thevoiceof757.com or email me directly at aaron@thevoiceof757.com. Let my voice speak to you. All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Now we get down to some good stuff. Mr. Frank Pizarro joins me, good friend of mine. And, you know, it's the downside of moving out of Las Vegas is, you know, you kind of lose touch with events day to day. Because living here, you and I were talking almost every day. What's going on? Let's get firefighter Memorial Transport out there. And I'm glad we're able to do this because I really want to make sure that people don't forget about the cause. And you're very active with it. So real quickly, because now with my growth in Virginia Beach, there's probably a lot of people back there watching right now that are not familiar.
Very good.
So let's give a quick introduction to the Firefighter Memorial Transport, how it got started and where we are today.
So I was born and raised in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
and I served 2 tours of duty in Iraq during my time in Virginia Beach. I was
That's right.
stationed at Oceana and with the A6 Squadron. I did my time there, and then I did 22 years with the New York City Fire Department
Mm-hmm.
and survived 9/11. And then I came out here to Las Vegas after retiring and decided to help the heroes,
Mm-hmm.
to serve those who served. And so I started Firefighter Memorial Transport, and that's what we do. We help honor those who have fallen. We take care of their families. We give scholarships to their kids.
Mm-hmm.
We do food drives and coat drives and all that
Mhm.
stuff for the community. We give counseling and all that good stuff, and that's what the mission is.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to grow and grow more every day. And
When was it started? When did you start it?
2020,
Okay. Wow. 6 years already.
and I lost 2 years to COVID.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we had a little hiccup in the beginning, but we're going
Now-
full speed ahead.
One of the first things that got, and it's called Firefighter Memorial Transport for a reason.
Correct.
For those of you who are not familiar with the term caisson, why don't you explain what that is?
So a caisson is something that you carry on.
Mm-hmm.
So militaries carry their ammunition and so, but we have adopted it, and it's been adopted nationally to carry the remains of fallen heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole premise initially, being a former firefighter, was to carry the remains of fallen firefighters in procession and to honor their families. Since then, we have progressed into police and veterans and the community. And so that's
So I want to paint the picture for people watching. When you see news stories of fallen firefighters, we'll focus on that first.
right.
It's where you see the fire truck with the casket on top. So
Correct.
John, if you can bring that picture up there you go. Perfect. So that, folks, is actually the caisson fire truck that is part of Frank's fleet, if you will. But the truck is not fitted that way. This was a truck
No.
that you got via donation.
Yeah, the Oltpan Fire Department in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
We had it shipped out here, and we had it retrofitted
Mhm.
with a lift,
Right,
2 lifts,
right.
and did all the fancy decaling and stuff
Mhm.
to be able to lift the casket on there.
And one of the first times I think you actually used it, I was
You were there.
there in attendance
You were
to
there.
see the motorcade of, And you had an unexpected escort, if memory serves. You had motorcyclists,
Yes, the Patriot Guard.
right? The Patriot Guard from the cemetery. You drove all the way up. I don't remember the name of the church where the service.
I don't either.
Yeah, but it was for a captain, if I'm not mistaken, his family.
A captain.
And Frank donates. You donate these services for these
That is
fallen
correct.
heroes.
We work on strictly on donations.
So the gas for this truck, the storage for the truck, cleaning it, all the pre-work and retrofitting and everything, the families don't pay for that.
No.
This is where the donations come in. This is where the financial support. We'll talk about. We have some GoFundMe and some fundraising events going on,
Sure.
and John just brought it up there. So as we're talking about this, there's your QR code that you could scan. Go right now, or just use your phone while we're on the air. And if you're on your phone watching the show, you can't scan this as you're watching, but you can take a screenshot and then go back to it later on, or bring up the video after we're done. Anyway, so all donations are. I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn Select last night. I'm not a CPA or an accountant, but I believe since you are a nonprofit 501c3,
It is tax deductible.
thank you very much. So it is a tax deduction. So all you big lottery winners that I announced before commercial, get your write-off now. Anyway, okay. So as you said, then, and let me tell you, I had chills when I saw them come around the corner, coming up the street before they pulled into the parking lot. I mean, I had chills watching this, and I think somewhere buried on my Facebook page, I probably still have the videos from my phone.
I have it.
It's such an experience. Number one, to see the fallen hero being honored, but the pomp and circumstance that you've built into providing this for the families is one that I'm sure the families appreciate from the get-go.
And they keep in touch.
Right.
They keep in touch because every year on the anniversary of that,
Sure.
they reach out and they thank me over and over again because it took it to another level.
Sure. So after about a year or two after the fire truck caisson got rolling, if you will, Frank and I are in a conversation one day, and he says, I think I may have a lead on a police vehicle that we can honor fallen police. I said, really? I said, let's talk about it. And there you go. So talk about this, because this obviously is not a visible casket caisson like the fire truck is.
Correct.
So talk about the police vehicle for fallen police
Well,
heroes.
this vehicle was donated by a local family,
Okay.
and we had it retrofitted to carry these caissons because right now, basically what happens with all these vehicles is that once you retire, especially, it's thank you for your service,
Mhm.
and you're using the usual hearse funeral.
Sure.
And so my whole premise behind all of this was to give a little extra honor to show people how they served and how they're being served now.
Mhm.
And because at the end of the day, it's really to honor the family.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's to never forget the fallen hero, but it's always to remember the family that was left behind.
That's correct.
Right. So, which is important. Then shortly after the police call I get, he says, because of my background in the military, I really need to do something for military too. And he says, I think I got a lead on a Humvee. And then all of a sudden this shows up in my email showing me this picture. And this, again, one thing that's unique about each of the vehicles is they all have their different style of honor.
They're all
Fire truck on top.
They're all
police-
service connected.
correct.
and
And look at this one with
specific.
the trailer, right?
Right.
So where did you get this vehicle?
So this vehicle comes out of Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Okay.
and we purchased it, and it came with just the trailer and the Humvee,
Okay.
which was battle used, and then we had the cover on the trailer was donated,
Oh,
and I
okay.
had that retrofitted with glass
Mhm.
and purchased a lift to go in there, and we had it decaled by Patrick Signs here locally,
Okay.
and that's what we got.
Is the glass visual on just that one side?
Both
or is
sides.
it is. I couldn't tell on the back side. Is it open, or do you have it closed, or is it always exposed?
The back is closed.
Okay. Gotcha.
There's glass on both sides to see the side of the casket as it's going down.
Gotcha.
the freeway.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So are there any other vehicles I don't know about?
There is the mobile command center.
Let's pull up the mobile command center. This is new.
So
I remember talking, it's new for me, but I remember you talking about
right. So what happens is I was looking online for some kind of mobile office
it. Okay.
for when it's not a funeral. Or if it's a big funeral,
Okay.
and you need some place for the powers that be to meet,
Okay.
so we can all be on one page. And so I found this thing online, and they wanted an astronomical amount of money. The one of the fire departments in Denver,
Okay.
and I told him the story, and he says, "Let me get back to you." So after speaking to everybody, he comes back and says, "We want to donate this to you."
Wow.
And we went over there to pick it up, me and a friend of mine, and there it was. And they had a big event, and they had the press, and everybody was there, and
For the donation.
for the donation.
Wow.
It was completely donated. And
That's
it's
awesome.
great. It has office space inside, and
Okay.
we're doing, a little.
And what's good about that, you kind of skewed over pretty quickly, is that it doesn't have to be for funerals like the other vehicles are.
Correct.
So if you're out in the public doing a fundraiser
If you
or
want to do a
you're participating,
fundraiser
yeah,
or participate in a community event,
yeah, that's awesome.
You could have that.
That's awesome. There you have that. I mean, that's the fleet of vehicles there. And now with those fleet of vehicles, ladies and gentlemen, right now he's storing them at a facility, but the ultimate goal is what?
Is to have a home,
Okay.
to have not only for the vehicles, but to headquarter and to provide our counseling and community services and
Mhm.
veteran services, VSO services,
Museum.
museum.
John, bring up the front of the museum, please. This is a
So
rendering,
this is
right?
A rendering of the up and coming 9/11 museum.
So this is the ultimate goal. And like Frank said, it's more than just the museum. It's going to house the vehicles, operational base for firefighter memorial transport.
Correct.
And before we went on the air, Frank shared there may be some rebranding because we've talked about fire, police, military, and everything else. So firefighter memorial transport is sort of not the accurate description at this point anymore.
Right.
But because of Frank's background and
Or not the whole.
not the whole, right?
Not the whole description.
Because of Frank's background and being involved in 9/11 and all that, that's kind of where the firefighter stuff got started first, because that's your base of knowledge primarily.
Correct.
But that's a beautiful building. And so, I mean, I would dare say you're probably looking at something, 50,000 square feet-ish to house the
Ish.
vehicles,
The
museum,
vehicles.
operate. You also
museum,
talked about like a theater to
to
teach
do-
kids
to teach kids, to have
shows.
fundraising events,
Mm-hmm.
ceremonies,
Mhm.
graduations.
So, and you've got your eye on some properties, but we need some assistance, which is why the GoFundMe account is there. And
Lottery winners.
lottery winners. That's
Hey.
right. Exactly right.
I
So-
have no problem putting your name on top.
That's right. Donated by.
Donated by.
That's exactly right. So give your contact information that you want people to reach out to.
So you can reach me by phone at 646-578-7273. That's 646-578-7273. You can visit us at firefightermemorialtransport.org. There's donation buttons. You can see what we do, our mission, our vision, and give to your heart's content.
That's right. No donation is too small. And of course, no donation is too big.
And
either.
every dime goes to the program.
Correct.
Everybody's a volunteer. So we don't have an 80% overhead like a lot of charities. Everything is going to help the families and the community.
Right on. John, bring up that last flyer that you were let's talk about. No, that one. Yep. Talk about that. What is that?
Okay, so that's our GoFundMe campaign,
Mhm.
where that link, that
Yep.
QR code that was posted earlier goes. And this is our mission. This is where we're trying to be currently.
Mhm.
It'll house all the vehicles. It has offices. It has some space to hold different events there for the community. And
Are these available for purchase by?
those are available for purchase.
So if someone makes a donation, can they get a shirt?
They sure can.
All right. So let's, John, bring up the camera if you don't mind. And so beautiful 250 T-shirt here on behalf of America's 250th anniversary, serving those who served, from Firefighter Memorial Transport. So if you make a donation of $10 or more, $20 or more,
$20 a month.
$20 or more, make sure when you post it on that GoFundMe account, you will get this beautiful T-shirt as a thank you from.
If you identify yourself.
Well, yeah, usually on GoFundMe, it'll ask for your name and an email or something, but Frank will get that
Because,
information.
I mean, a lot of people just donate anonymously.
Absolutely. So so what I would suggest is, if you make a donation, what I would do is Frank gave out his contact information, maybe take a screenshot to confirm, send it to Frank, and then this way he can communicate with you, get your mailing address, shipping address, and get one of these beautiful t-shirts. So $20 or more, folks, you get this beautiful t-shirt. Let's get it in and get it done. All right.
We have one more picture too.
All right. Yeah. What do we have left? What's next?
The Tower Memorial.
Show it. Let's do it.
Oh yeah,
That's beautiful.
This is a sculpture made by Kendall Hancock in Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and I saw it online. This happened way back. He did this off a photo of a guy at Ground Zero,
Really?
I know
it's-
the photo.
and it's called September Grief.
Yeah.
And he created this thing, and I found it and asked him about it and told him about our foundation, and he says, I want to donate it.
Nice.
And so it's been shown around here in the Southern Valley,
Okay.
but that's going to be one of the centerpieces of our vision in the
And you already have
museum.
that. And then
We already have that.
Were you talking about the wall that's in the back of that picture too? Earlier?
Yes.
Talk about that. That's possible in the future as well.
Yes, Dawn Seibel, she created this 343 faces of the 343 firemen that died at Ground Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a picture and a name for each person,
Wow.
and she has that exhibit, and we're in discussions of acquiring that for the museum as well.
Nice. Folks, you gotta appreciate the vision of support for our fallen heroes on any level, right? It doesn't have to be just firemen or police. I mean, police, fire,
Veterans.
military, veterans, and look, I would dare say, and I'm in the presence of two veterans here in studio. Both Frank and John are veterans, and communities love veterans, right? I mean,
That's
communities
right, that's right.
love veterans, especially in towns like Las Vegas, where you have big VA presidents. You've got Nellis here. Where I come from in Virginia, like you said, you were at Oceana, which is about 7 miles down the road from where I live in Virginia Beach now. Guys like Chief, who's also former military, spent time in Jersey. Communities love veterans, but I think sometimes we lose sight of our first responders.
Absolutely, and those are the day-to-day warriors that
Correct.
we have.
And military's day to day also, especially when you consider what's going on in today's society, but that's a whole nother
Well, it's
topic of
closer to home.
conversation. Correct. It's closer to home.
It's closer to home. It's community specific.
Correct. And I'm going to say something here which I normally don't do, and I'm going to say it because I don't want Frank to say it to get himself in trouble. But the bureaucracy that ties up things when people try to do the right thing in communities, it's such a shame that bureaucracy, red tape, and everybody wants to take credit for something that they have no right to take credit for, and want it in their backyard but won't support it. Is absolutely crazy to me that here we have something that's available with it. And by the way, we're talking about this just in the Las Vegas community, but I know that if someone in Virginia Beach calls and they want a case on for a fallen firefighter in Virginia Beach or a fallen police officer in Buffalo, New York, or something in Florida, Frank goes. Frank can go nationally. I mean, it may take him a month to get there with the fire truck, but he'll get there.
Oh, we'll
with
ship
proper
it.
plan. We'll ship it with proper planning. But this is not just a Vegas thing. This is a national community involvement. Coast to coast is the community that Frank wants to serve. The problem is bureaucracy gets in the way, and that's a terrible shame. That's why this needs to be privately supported by all of you going on to GoFundMe, either right now or once the show's over. Make that donation. Whether you do it for the shirt or not, I don't really care. Do it. Listen, we joke about the lottery winners and everybody, hey, call Frank. But you know what? Maybe somebody's watching that did win some money or is looking for a donation. I implore you, please, this is something that as a donor, you're creating a legacy for yourself, for your children, your family, to say that you're part of this legacy providing opportunity for our fallen heroes on any level. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for a second and final break of the show. When we come back, we got more kibitzing to do around here with Frank. That's a Brooklyn term, which I think means to chat a little bit. John is on the board. Hey, listen, I haven't even given out the phone number, 702-992-3207. It's been so long since I've given out that phone. Well, since yesterday. 702.
It's on the wall.
I know, I'm looking at it. 702-992-3207. Give a call, give a chat. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm Aaron Phillips. Join me Saturdays at 12:30 as I host The Voice of 757.
I'll share news, events, happenings, and the people that shape the 757. That's the voice of
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, we don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. Appreciate it. Stephanie Corcoran, by the way, since we're talking about veterans, Stephanie Corcoran from Freedom Lending Team there, she is nationally licensed as a lender. She can do any kind of home lending, mortgage lending, but she specializes in helping veterans with their VA benefits who maybe are either first-time buyers, want to refi, get a loan, whatever it is. She is a VA specialist. So
Beautiful.
give Stephanie a call or reach out. Let her know that you saw her here on Aaron's Hour. She's got veteran. Her son is in the military. So we were talking about everybody loves veterans, which is great. Give Stephanie a call if you are a veteran or family thereof. She is more than happy to help. Not only veterans, but if you're a first-time home buyer and you're not a veteran, she's there for you as well. Okay.
And I checked her out. She's legit.
You checked her out?
She knows her
checked
stuff.
Her out, wink, wink?
She knows her stuff.
Yeah, she does. No, John, listen. And John, also being military, I had Stephanie on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I know that they chatted a little bit during the show and probably afterwards. And she's been in the business over 20 years, I want to say. She also had a home up in Seattle. She just sold that. She's now in the Hampton Roads area full time. So it's great to have her. And she, by the way, she's
Send her the QR code if she got anything from the proceeds of the home,
you know what? Make sure I didn't get the QR code, so make sure I get it so
I'll
that
get
I
it.
can post it.
I'll make
Get it
sure
to
you
me.
get it.
Get it to me or post it and just tag me.
You
in it.
got it.
But she's also a big JJ Watt fan.
Oh, wow.
So as a thank you for supporting some of the things that I do, I got her an autographed signed jersey from JJ Watt. There's pictures of it on my Facebook page. Now, JJ Watt, I sent her a link of an article I saw yesterday for JJ Watt. He is replacing the currently suspended Tony Romo from CBS Sports. I don't know if you saw what happened with Tony Romo. I won't go into what happened. You can search what he did. But since he's been taken off the air, JJ Watt is replacing him on the football cast.
Nice replacement.
So I sent the link to Stephanie yesterday. She replies back, "I love JJ Watt." So she's great people. She's one of those people that when you meet her and you talk with her, you just fall in love with her. So all right, so you an eater. You love food. Listen, I know Pizarro, last name, New York, the whole thing. So I want to just touch on a couple of things going on back in the Virginia Beach area. Some food things going on. Beard at the Beach. Yes, Beard, B-E-A-R-D. September 21st at Zoe Steak and Seafood. This is an event that gathers chefs from all across the region for a single collaborative multi-course dinner honoring coastal Virginia cooking. It's presented by the Virginia Beach Restaurant Association and Virginia Eats Plus Drinks as friends of James Beard Benefit, hosted by food journalist and chef Patrick Evans Hilton, who has covered the state's food scene for 3 decades. So does anybody not know who James Beard is? John, do you know who James Beard is?
No.
Do you know who James Beard is? You guys have never heard of the pirate, Blackbeard?
Yes.
That's him. Because he is believed that his treasure is buried somewhere off the Virginia coast. So they have this whole thing about the pirate.
Right.
So that's who James Beard is. So they're honoring James Beard with this food. I don't know.
Surprisingly, that is just a little before my time.
No, I didn't think there was much before your time. Here's another cool thing, an event called Hidden Table. This is pretty cool. They use October 26th as a reservation-only dinner with a twist. What could you twist on with dinner?
Do tell.
I will. Thank you for asking. You buy a ticket without knowing the restaurant.
Whoa.
So it's an anonymous restaurant. The location of the restaurant and your purchase is revealed the day of the ticketing that you purchase.
Yikes.
But final ticketing details as of right now has not been purchased. They're still working on it, but
That's
you're buying a
concept.
right. You're buying a reservation basically sight unseen. It's a blind date reservation. So hopefully, at least if you get
between you and the restaurant.
exactly right.
I thought the beer thing was you got a free meal if you had a beer.
I thought it was beer at the beach. Yeah.
You're not right. And I read it. I thought it should be beer at the beach. Or wait, it says beard. All right. Well, it's not goatee at the beach either. I don't know that I would qualify.
You're out.
And in November, Evans Hilton and Virginia Eats and Drinks again will attempt the world's largest oyster po' boy at the Virginia Beach Sports Center, timed, and this is timed to the Virginia Oyster Month. I didn't know October or November's Oyster Month.
There's a month for everything.
There is a month for everything. That's very true. The date has not been set yet, and organizers say the Guinness certification is still in process. So once again, Guinness World. Listen, Virginia is happening, man. We got Guinness World Record coming out there during the Phil Fest, coming out there for the po' boy, trying to make that the biggest event
Beards.
as well. Beards,
Beards,
yeah, but no Guinness record for beards.
No.
Any new restaurants opening up in Vegas you guys are familiar with? Because I don't know. I'm asking since I'm on the food run.
They opened the whole restaurant row on
Where?
On Craig.
Okay, what's over there?
Brand new stuff. There's a Hawaiian place.
Okay.
There's a BJ's. There's a First Watch.
Oh, First Watch is very big in Virginia.
They opened a First Watch
Okay.
here. They put a Starbucks there.
Okay, First Watch is very good. There,
Where,
First Watch
where
is
at on Craig?
Off of
Some street. Yeah.
some
off of
street.
some street.
Craig and Simmons, maybe.
I'm thinking Simmons. You take Simmons all the way down to Craig, and
I know of at least 3 First Watches back in Virginia Beach. So, and Eileen and I, we go to them. We go to one of them that's not too far from us. So, First Watch is a great restaurant. They have great breakfast foods, great lunch foods. So, if it's new here, go check it out. Go check out First Watch. You were going to raise your hand. Did you have a restaurant or food or something that you wanted to mention? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, I don't go outside until after November, so
I
I don't
gotcha.
know what's going
You don't
on
know
out
what's
there.
going
there's
on.
a lot of new Greek places here. The Meraki's.
Okay.
Those they have a couple locations.
Greek food
there-
is wonderful.
Greek food is amazing.
Yes. All right. There you go. So
Yeah.
there's some new restaurants there. Wired down to Virginia Beach.
You know they wash their hands with Windex there.
Windex. Is Captain George's still around in Virginia?
Yes.
Love
yes.
that place.
Yes, Virginia Beach,
Captain George's.
Princess Anne, or is that the one off Alaskan? But yeah, I can't. There's 2 restaurants that are very similar. But yes, Captain George's.
Captain George's.
is
What
still
a
there.
buffet.
Yes. Oh, that's the one that's on Alaskan. That looks like the ship, the cruise ship.
Yes.
Yeah, weird.
yes.
Yes. They have. I'm telling John, this buffet at
You
this
gotta go.
restaurant.
It's
There's 2 buffets.
Incredible.
Both of them are about as long as from the wall here to the back room. 2 buffets. One is all seafood, and one is all sorts of continental American dishes. And then, probably from the door to the kitchen, is your dessert buffet, right? And you walk in, it's like a cruise ship.
It's incredible.
It is fantastic. Yes, absolutely.
times,
So
good
they still do
times.
have Alaskan
So what are
Road.
the chances of getting that as a restaurant in this drawing thing?
There you go. Exactly. I don't know. They might be, but well, I'll keep an eye on it as details
Give me a holler,
emerge.
I'll fly out.
Absolutely. All right. Now, while you're down around the Virginia Beach area and you want to get around, but you don't want to drive, you don't want to hail a taxi, you don't want to do any of that stuff. Pinky's, a pedicab service, runs the entire length of Atlantic Avenue, which is about almost 40 blocks long for people to kind of give you a perspective. Stephanie likes my reel. Hi, Stephanie Corcoran. We were just talking about you, my friend. Good to see you out there watching and checking in. So this pedicab, local entrepreneur Stanton McDuffie launched the custom steel frame cabs in 2025 for short hops between parking, the sand, and dinner reservations. So you can get a Pinky's cab for this blind reservation.
Secret reservation.
But what you're going to tell them where to go? I don't know
Yeah,
where to
I
go
don't
yet. We'll just drive around.
Surprise me.
Exactly. Actually, that's what they should do. This restaurant thing should hook up with Pinky's.
They should have their own car that takes them to wherever.
Or you don't know where you're going until you get into Pinky's and the cab guy
Bing,
takes
the
you,
screen, yeah.
correct. And Pinky's takes you to your destination. Listen, call us. We got the ideas for you.
We want in.
We want in for a small percentage to help Firefighter Memorial Transport. Come on, we got to figure it out. Stephanie Corcoran, we were just talking about you, Stephanie. Stephanie Corcoran's in the chat room. So we were just touting you. And by the way, John gave you a rave review, Stephanie. So thank you as always. We're talking about JJ Watt. That's why you chimed in. Yours must have been burning. All right. And then if you want to plan something for 2027, Memorial Day weekend, the Patriotic Festival returns to the Virginia Beach Oceanfront Memorial Day weekend 2027 after several years in Norfolk. So it was over in Norfolk. Now they're bringing it to the waterside with Bailey Zimmerman, Ella Langley, and Riley Green headlining. That's not a fall trip, but tickets are already on sale for that. So just look out the Patriotic Festival. So, here, I don't tout the successes that my shows have, but when I left here 2 years ago, I was averaging about 60,000 views a week on Facebook. And of course, everybody knows I simulcast through Facebook, through YouTube. So when I share 60,000, that's only the show page. That's not everything. I move out to Virginia Beach and my shows went up 25%. So about 80,000 a week, just for Aaron's Hour. My Kiwanis Connect show, something's in the water the last month because every show we've been doing has gotten well over 100,000 views a week over there. But the reason I bring that up is because I have the opportunity to present new material. Everything from Virginia Beach, everything I just talked about is new for the audience that's east of or west of the Mississippi,
Right.
for everybody out here, and gives people an idea. You don't think about Virginia Beach being a getaway spot.
Oh, it definitely is.
But it is. If you
It
love the
definitely
water,
is.
the sand, and if you're not a sand people, folks, just like Vegas has, oh, hey, my wife is in the chat room. Love the new background. Eileen in the chat room. Look who I got with me, We've been talking about you. Absolutely. Love the new background. Oh, by the way, put Stephanie's message up there about JJ Watt with the hearts. This is how nuts she is. There you go. She loves her little JJ with the hearts and JJ Watt. So she sleeps in the jersey. She has, I don't know if she's taken the jersey off since I presented it to her. Anyway, hi babe. Love you out there in Virginia Beach. But anyway, Virginia Beach does really have, and really it's part of the Hampton Roads community. Oh, Eileen says, there you go. Put that up there. Hi, Frank.
Hey, Eileen, how you doing?
But Virginia Beach is part of Hampton Roads, which is 7 cities. They call it the 7 cities. So yeah, and I know I always forget one, but Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Hampton, Newport News. Who am I missing? Suffolk and Portsmouth. I got it right. Yay! It's only taken me 2 years. So those 7 cities make up the Hampton Roads area. And so when you talk about Virginia Beach, come to Virginia Beach, but go to Norfolk. You got the shipyards. You got the nautical museum. You've got the ship that's right there. That during the winter, you want to come out and see a beautiful spectacle. When that ship is dressed with all the winter lights and Christmas lights, there's millions of light bulbs on this thing. It is a sight to behold.
Yep.
The history, the museum. From Virginia Beach, you're about a 45-minute drive to Williamsburg and Jamestown and Yorktown. My town of Virginia Beach, I live in a community called Kempsville. Old Kempsville is part of Virginia Beach. This is where the Revolutionary War got started.
How about that?
In my hometown in Kempsville, in Virginia Beach, one of the first shots got fired there. The history of this area of the country is breathtaking. And then you go to Pungo, the Military Aviation Museum. Oh, I love that place out there. Why do I bring this up? Because there's a lot to do. And as a content provider for what I do on the podcast and my TV show out there, it's absolutely amazing how much information, how much newness, how much freshness there is for content to bring out there. Anyway, I digress. Okay. What else do we have? Programming note before I forget, when this show goes off the air, East Coast time, 30 minutes after 12:30 Eastern, Cox Cable Channel 4, The Voice of 757 will be on the air. It is part 2 of 2 of the press conference that I hosted back in April announcing the Women's Professional Basketball Invitational Tournament coming to Hampton Roads. There has been a change, more details following of the venue, and I will have more news on that. But part 2 announcing the WPBIT, you can go to WPBIT.pro. We are looking for sponsors and promoters and to be part of this. What is this? Think of this as a scouting combine, right? For seniors for women's basketball, seniors graduating college, we have some powerhouse conferences, Big Ten representation,
Nice.
ACC, the MEAC, HBSU, schools out in that area. We have former Laker greats coming, Michael Cooper, who used to be a WNBA basketball coach, and a bunch of other former Lakers. They're going to be guest coaches. We have a gala event planned. I am on the executive planning committee. And when I hosted this press conference, it was a first for me. I've never hosted a press conference before, which was a lot of fun to do. So 12:30 to 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you miss it, don't worry. Early next week, when I get back to Virginia Beach, I will be uploading not only today's episode, but last week's episode will be uploaded. So go check it out. And then you can go to the face. As I said, they'll be uploaded to the Facebook page, The Voice of 757. All my episodes will be available there as well. So this way, it's kind of got that podcast feel because, once it's on TV, it goes, it's gone to Lagoo, baby. So with the website and the Facebook page, you have the opportunity to catch all episodes. All right, I see based on the sands in the hourglass of the digital clock on the wall, we're just about out of time. So what I'd like to do in the last couple of minutes, Frank, I want to put the spotlight on you to recap Firefighter Memorial Transport. We'll put the QR code back up there for people to hit it with and what folks can do to kind of get involved, man. Let's do this, baby.
Definitely come out and team up with Firefighter Memorial Transport. We serve our fallen heroes and their families and the surrounding communities. So feel free to give your heart's desire. You see the QR code, or you can visit us at firefightermemorialtransport.org, or you can call me at 646-578-7273. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to share our mission with you and help us make the lives of the families and the communities a more peaceful and just an overwhelming show of love to them in their time of need.
Absolutely. Well said. So give it a look-see. I've been doing this for over 21 years, and after 21 years and all my years in Kiwanis and working with nonprofits, there aren't a whole lot of nonprofits a ton come to me and want me to support them, and they want, can they take advantage of my platforms? And obviously I'm more than willing to help, but I have to be very careful in who I work with because it's also my name that's attached to it. And so when it comes to Frank and Firefighter Memorial Transport folks, if you follow anything that I do in the world of Kiwanis or here or the TV show or my years of just being around, my name is attached to this as a firm supporter because I believe in Frank, I believe in the mission, and this is something that we can all get behind as a legacy. And there aren't too many things in our life that we can do to provide legacies for ourselves and our family. But this is something, once you get involved with and tip your cap to these warriors of all levels, whether it's first responders or military warrior, something that you can attach your name to forever. It's an honor. I do want to share, I had this epiphany while I was here, and I was telling the guys this before I went on the air. My moniker, The Voice of 757, is all over the place. What good is The Voice of 757 promoting himself when he has a 702 area code? Talk about a disconnect. So what I've done is I have a 757 phone number that I will start using to market and brand the business with that actually will roll over to my 702 number. So I don't have to totally blow up everything that everybody has. So that phone number, if you want to jot it down, it's active, it's live, 757-523-3789. I tried to make the numbers as easy as possible. I wanted to take my cell number and just put 757 in front of it, but I couldn't make that happen.
If you get yourself an 800 number, you won't ever have to change.
That's true. I was thinking about that too, but I wanted to connect the branding of the 757. I try to, 757-523-3789. Besides, I got enough numbers and emails to keep track as it is. All right, with that, everybody, we are wrapped for today. In an hour, stay tuned for Thoughts Count Anywhere. For those of you who do not know, SummerSlam, 2-day event this weekend. Enjoy that. So stick around for Matt and company in 1 hour from now. Everybody be safe. If you're in this area, please stay hydrated. Record heat here this weekend in the Las Vegas area. I have no idea who's going to be on the show next week. I figure when I get back, I'll deal with that. So stay tuned to my social media. Have a great day, everybody. As always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have, and donate. GoFundMe to Firefighter Memorial Transport. Thank you for watching. See you next week.